Danny Trejo is one of Hollywood's most recognizable bad guys, playing roles in movies and TV like Machete, Breaking Bad, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Desperate.
My name's Danny Trejo. Some of you might have seen me once in a while. I can try to dump him again.
How are we gonna know if you did? If you did, this ain't happening. Not here, not now.
What's happening?
Hey! Relax, he's right. Not here, not now. Did you fly?
We have many
That's Danny's life.
Wow. My name's Danny Trejo, and I'm an addict, alcoholic. I remember asking God, just let me die with dignity. That's all. Just let me die with dignity, and I'll say your name every day, and I will do whatever I can for my fellow man. Now, that's what people have been telling me to do in Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous since 1959. Do you understand? Just do whatever you can for your fellow man. Be of service. They call that be of service, you know. And I come out of the pen and I make this promise, right? You know, because I thought it was just going to be a couple of years and they were going to kill me. And it wasn't. God fooled me and gave me the rest of my life. He's okay, now hold up, do this. So now I got to say his name every day. I say it 8, 9, 10, 12, 30 times a day. See, I don't want to get pissed off. And every morning, do you know what, dear Heavenly Father, let me help anybody I come into contact with. That's my prayer. And it's all about being of service. I said everything good that's ever happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. I got into the movie business on a 12-step call. I went to just work with this kid. And it happened to be on the movie set of a movie called Runaway Train, John Voight and Eric Roberts. And so this guy says, hey, do you want to be in this movie? And I said, what do I got to do? He said, do you want to be an extra? I said, extra what? He says, can you act like a convict? So I'll give it a shot. Give me a blue shirt, I take off my shirt, I got that big tattoo. The tattoo I got on my chest, it doesn't say I love America, it doesn't say mom, it says, oh, this guy was in prison. You know, prison tattoo, needle and thread. And so you leave your shirt off. So I'm standing there with no shirt, like just taking this all in. I kept smearing everybody. These guys had tattoos, I go, oh, hey, you're smeared. You know? All of these fake tattoos, everybody had a teardrop. It was like funny, you know? And this guy, I'm looking at this guy, he looks familiar. He comes over and says, hey, you're Danny Trejo. I go, yes. I saw you win the lightweight and the welterweight title up in San Quentin. I go, you're Eddie Bunker. I knew this guy. This guy was in prison with me, and he was a writer. And he became real famous in prison because he knew how to write writs. And a writ has to be grammatically correct and in the language of the court, or they could just kick it out. They don't even have to read it. Misspell word, they kick it out. You know? And he said, what are you doing here, Danny? I says, hanging out with this kid. They're gonna give me $50 for acting like a convict. And that was funny because we'd been doing this for free forever, right? You know, and he says, are you still boxing? I go, yeah, I'm 40 years old, homie. I train, but I don't want to get hit in the face anymore. He says, we need somebody to train one of the actors how to box. I said, what's it pay? He says, $320 a day. Are they going to give me $50 for acting like... I said, how bad you want this guy beat up, homie? You know, I thought he wanted me to beat somebody up. I said, okay, I'll write about it. I'll tell John, hey, I did it for $320. He'd understand, you know. And then they were going to give me $320 a day. I said, I get to beat this guy up every day. I started training an actor named Eric Roberts how to box for a movie called Runaway Train. And Eric respected me, and he would do whatever I told him to do. He saw that Eric would do whatever I told him. So he comes over to me and he goes, real soft-spoken, a guy named Andrei Kajalowski, Russian aristocrat. His grandfather wrote a national anthem for Russians. I don't know. He goes, Danny, you be in movie, and you fight Eric in movie, and you be my friend. If you come from a prison background, you get worried when people say, you be my friend. When people say that, you're trying to understand, okay, are we talking Miss or Mr. here? There's very few buddies in the pen. And then he leans over and he kisses me on one cheek, kisses me on the other cheek, and walks away. I look at Eddie, I go, Eddie, I'm gonna train the kid for $320 a day, but if I'm gonna be kissing that old man, I want more money. No, Dan, he's European. I don't know what the hell that meant, you know what I mean? But they kiss, you know. That was the start of my career. From that day to right now, I've done over 380 movies. So everything good that has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. I don't know how many times I can say that. I don't know how many times I can say, I am so blessed. I am so blessed just to be alive. We all wait for that miracle. Miracle, what miracle? The miracle is if you're clean and sober and you wake up clean and sober, you're already in the miracle. I'm in the miracle. All I have to do is live the miracle. I live the miracle every day. God bless you. Thank you very, very much.